Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today it's freezing rain outside. We've been getting some crazy weather, so can't camp. So I thought I'd do a little video on the cot I've been using. So if you got nothing to do for a few minutes, I'll do a little setup on it and I'll show you what I used to use and what I'm using now. So stay tuned and thanks for your time, guys. Okay guys, welcome back to Pine Badger Outdoors. Today I thought I'd show you the cot I've been using on the last few camps that I've done. Buying new gear sometimes, and I might say that I got something new, but I do these little videos on them later because I need to try them a little bit first to see, you know, if it's even something I want to tell you about. So anyways, this is a cot I was using right here. Now this weighs out at 20 pounds. This is a good cot though. It's a Cabela's cot. It's real easy to set up. This cot is faster to set up than the one that I'm using these days, but it's the weight. I mean, even on the wheeler, the little wheeler I use, that goes clear across the front rack, you know what I'm saying? So that's like 20 pounds. So on the last, probably four, yeah, I've used at least 4 nights, maybe 5. And this is something, once again, I bought, guys. This is a little onetigris cot. I left the tags on because they haven't fell off yet. And what I like about this one is I had, if you see in some of my videos, a little low cot I bought off Wish years ago. And I probably used it total 10-15 times, but the rods, they're losing tension really bad. And I'm not heavy, but when I'm on my side in the little tents, it hits the ground. And what interests me about this cot here is you can either use it at the height of a regular cot like this one, or it'll be 7 inches off the ground, which is good for me. In here is the legs. We'll get into this later. Now, like I said, it does take a bit longer to set up because there's 4 of these. And what takes the most time with these is unwinding these little Velcros here. Now, if you don't put these the right way, it's real easy to tell on the first one because there'll be no tension in the cot. But you can see that this part here has these little lines on it. Always remember that would go to the ground. So this is the proper way to set them up. Because you see, it's just a shock cord in there and they will do this. And it will set up that way. But it won't be right. So anyway, that's your canvas part that you lay on. And your collapsible poles. So they go in really nice, and I will admit guys, in the bush this thing does set up not terribly bad. I was pretty freaking impressed with it. And it's very comfortable. Now there is instructions here. And it would show that it's actually opposite of what I had, guys. So see, I always know on my first one when I set it up if I got it right or not. So see, I misinformed you. But anyways, we're going to do it both ways. Because the instructions are kind of confusing. But there's really, you know, you'll see what I mean. Now, one thing I do like about this car, I'm going to tell you, it's got these friggin' little flaps right here. And what these little flaps are for, one end is closed in, that you put your rod through. And after you put your rod through, you pull this tab over. And the rod can't fall out, and I love that because the other little one I was using off Wish, every time I would go to set that little bugger up, I would always have like one set of rods. You're supposed to lay this flat, guys, when I'm trying to work in the kitchen here. In a little corner of the kitchen. And in the woods, I find when you lay this flat, it does go in pretty slick. But I am trying to hurry, I guess, which I don't know why. See, so you slip it in like this, and you take this tab like this, and there, bam, magic. So that side is done. So I'm just going to slide in the other side, guys. Same deal. And I'll show it to you both ways. Like, I call this thing and it's very important that you see when you put the branding down, the onetigris name down, the way this thing is designed. Did you see how this rod slid in just like that when that right easy? So now I'm going to try it both ways. First time, I'm going to try it this way. It's got little spring clips on each one. Push them in, bring them out. Lock it in one side, bring it over, lock it in this side. Now see, you can see that's incorrect. There's no tension. So to release it, you just push these in and it pulls back out. And they do hook on pretty good, guys. So what you want is this right here, like I had it in the first place, or at least I think I did. So what I'm going to do first, guys, because I find of the whole setup, this is what takes the time. It's just unwinding these little Velcro deals, but it kind of keeps everything nice and in place. And whoops, wrong way. And like I said, push, release. There's 4 of these, and I'll tell you why I went with this. This interests me, guys, is because, like me now, my words will be, I'll call this little cot a hybrid. Why I say that is because I can use it in my smoky hot tent, which is very low teepee tent with the 7-inch legs, or in the conifer or the bigger tent I have, it's a 4-man, the Chinese one, the big one we did the camping in the fall. So anyways, we can use the higher legs. So once again, we'll try this again. Put it in one side, and I try not to get the material caught inside of this, guys. Seeing it clips. Now I bear down, push. You can see the tension already. And I will admit that it takes a fair amount of force on the to push it in. But you'll see the result in a minute. Like I said, the biggest time is the to unvelcro the things. Crazy tension. And you've got pockets in each side, one down here, one down here. And with 7 inches, this thing's rated for 300 and some pounds. Oh, I got some ashes on it from one of my camps. And with 7 inches, because believe me, even in the little tents, you need to be off of the ground. And this one puts me off of the ground a good 3 inches, 3.5 inches higher than the little one I had off Wish. So if I was going to take it with the smoky hot little teepee tent, I wouldn't put I'd pack it just like this, and I'd leave these at home. Because that first Cabela's cot I showed you guys, that weighs 20 pounds right on the pin. This one weighs about 9 with the legs. And it packs down half the size. Now, if I'm bringing the conifer tent, aka my new favorite tent, or the Chinese tent, the I don't know what you call it, cheap Chinese tent I got off Amazon, it's a 4 or 6 man. I did a nice camp in the fall, last fall with the ATV. In those two tents, I would use the legs. Now I'm going to put the legs on just to show you guys. And it's really, really not hard to put the legs on. There is a fair amount of legs. They're not heavy because they're aluminum. They just clip in. They have these little, and that's all you do. You just go along. Each one has 2. And a lot of times when I'm setting up a cot, guys, I will just leave the cot bag outside in the cold when I'm setting the tent up, because that way there, when I set this up, the nylon is already cold. So if it gets snow on it, it's not a big deal. Now, the only thing is setting this up, you'd have to be careful that you didn't get snow in here. But really, you're supposed to set it up upside down like this anyway. So if you were going to use the legs, there's no way you should get snow in there. 330 pound rating, I believe, on this cot. And like I said, I bought it off Amazon, guys, so I'm not trying to sell you this cot or anything like that. I'm not trying to sell it to you. So, I mean, really, it's not to be rude or anything, but I mean, if you're interested in this cot, just on Amazon, onetigris cot, they only have one. But anyways, this is the height of it with the legs on, and the tension is really, really good. Now, since I've been using this cot here, I've only used it with the legs on, and I will admit that I stopped using my orange air mat that I used to put inside my sleeping bag. All I use is egg crate foam, styrofoam, the orange and silver one you guys see if you watch the channel. I lay that down and I put a wool blanket over the top of that. And then lately I've been just using my little, oddly enough, onetigris 0 degree bag. I haven't even been using the military bags because, to tell you the truth, the weather just hasn't been that cold. It's been really weird weather though, because well, we've been getting snow and rain and freezing rain, and today there's another freezing rain morning, so that's why we're not out in the woods, because it's near impossible to get out there. I mean, so I thought I'd do a little video on this cot. You know, let you guys know that I think for the money I'm happy with it, that's for sure. And I mean, like I said, it's the best of both worlds, because if you're like me, you own more than one tent, and I plan on using this now because I sleep so much better, you know, with a pretty good cot. My back's a lot less bothers me. So even this spring and summer, when me and Willie go out with the backwoods bungalow, I'm bringing this with no legs, because for me this is perfect. This is just, you know, I'm not on the ground, and so hot tent or not, you can use it both ways. 7 inches, or I can't remember how high this is, but this is standard height, because the I got my assistant here today. Come here. Come on. That's my onetigris. And that's his kid brother, Binky. Come on, Binky. Come on, Binky. They're both Siamese. Both from the same litter. It's just the black one is kind of obsessed with me, and he's more of a traditional looking. But these are the same batch, and they're pure. But anyways, I got 2 assistants today. So they're a little chunky. So that adds to the weight of the cot. See, it's still good. See? Yeah, it's still good. But anyway, guys, I need to find my remote. And like I said, we couldn't get out camping because there's just no way that we could get to the bush. And like I said, it's raining and freezing raining today. So I'm about ready to go just move a little bit of snow with the old truck, and I just want to touch base with you on this cot here. And if you haven't subscribed to our little channel, subscribe, click the like button, leave us some comments, share our videos. We're growing slowly, guys. We're getting there. But anyways, bang for the buck, I'd recommend this. Like I said, I paid for it with my own money. I mean, and I've used it a few times. And it's why I say I would recommend it is just for the fact I can use it both ways. In my little tent or in a big tent. With the legs on or with the legs off. It's like 2-in-1. So, you know, for the price, it's like, it was a pretty good deal, I thought. And it's features with these little flaps. Just because I've used a different version in the woods. You know, this might seem a little friggy to put together, but if you actually watch a video on the other one I have with the rings and the metal rods, oh my, that's a whole different genre. But anyways, bang for the buck, guys. It's a good deal. So until next time, keep on camping with the Badger and the boys. Thanks a lot, guys. Be safe out there.